And tonight in business news, the state trading organization STO relaunched its website in an attempt to make it easier for the public to access its information. You can visit the website at stomaldives.com. The redesigned web page displays tender proposals, job opportunities, training opportunities, and trading details clearer than before. What's more, now you can follow the updates on your Twitter feed or get notified by email. The government owns 83.12% of shares of the company, while the public is allotted 16.88%. STO has expanded their business to the atolls, and a growing number of people depends on its services. Capital Market Development Authority says that it is trying to regulate and supervise the pension scheme, as well as giving a priority to develop the security market. To keep an eye on the pension scheme, CMDA will establish a pension supervision department. The department will ensure international regulations are being observed after introducing and enforcing them. To prepare for the establishment of this department, CMDA says they have acquired expertise and training opportunities from the World Bank First Initiative. The company hopes this will lead to the pension industry's further development. It has already introduced the custodian license in its efforts to develop the industry in Maldives. And tonight in sports, Victory makes it to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, beating Vienna 3-1. Ibrahim Fazil Oppo scored 2 of the goals, while Afif Mohammed scored 1. With this defeat, the football season for this year is pretty much over for Vienna. The team hadn't landed a spot for the imminent Presidential Cup either. Victory will face Valencia in the semi-finals. A second semi-final match will be between VB and New Radiant. The Maldivian team faces the second defeat at the 15th Asian Junior Men's Volley Championship. Maldives was beaten by Thailand, and the sets went 24-14, 25-22 and 25-17. Yesterday, Qatar beat Maldives with 3 straight sets. The Maldivian team will have to play against New Zealand tomorrow in the last game of Group A. Even with the defeats, the team manager Mohammad Sharaf said the performance of players is praiseworthy. Manchester City announces losses of £121 million for the 12 months leading up to 1st May this year, having spent more on wages than their entire turnover. The financial losses, up from £92.5 million for the previous year, represents one of the heaviest in Premier League history. Staff cost alone accounted for £133.3 million in the 12 months to May 31st, making up more than half the club's £251.2 million of operating expenses and surpassing the £125 million of income. As well as paying high prices for players such as Carlos Tevez, Emil Adebayor and Gareth Barry, it also invested in its commercial side. Staff numbers increased by a third to 413, and the wages will rise remarkably. FIFA General Secretary Jerome Welke admits to flaws in the ticketing system for the World Cup in South Africa and vowed not to make the same mistakes for the 214 event in Brazil. Tickets for the 2010 World Cup were slow to sell after FIFA's rigid internet-based system alienated South Africans who are more accustomed to buying tickets at the stadium. With fewer foreign fans making the trip than expected, FIFA belatedly introduced an over-the-counter system in order to attract more local support. But only 45,000 tickets were sold to African countries outside the host nation. In an interview with CNN, Welke said the key lesson for the sports governing body was to engage more with the local culture before deciding on the ticketing system. Former Brazil and Inter Milan striker Ronaldo marks down a date for his retirement from football, the end of 2011, but not before winning the Copa Libertadores that has up until now eluded both him and current club Corinthians. The 34-year-old's fall from grace in his career has been well documented, having struggled to stay in shape since breaking the all-time World Cup finals scoring record in 2006 with 15 goals. He said that this year has been very complicated for him on account of the injuries. He admitted that playing 1 year more will be hard on his body, but that he needs to give the performance for the fans.